Hey, how's it going? Just thought I'd jump on and do a quick video for you guys. Welcome back to the Greater You. No screen share for you today. Just gonna chat with you for a minute. We had a pretty cool thing happen here in our valley where we live. So this is kind of a little bit of a share, and this would be under the category. If you're looking at the 7 areas of well-being, this would be under that spirituality category. So a couple of things to think about. We had a cool event here happen. We just had approval for a temple to go up in the for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints here in our valley. Um, Full disclosure, I am a very engaged member of that faith and believe very strongly in it and all things around it. But I've done a lot of dives myself into various religions. Starting around age 16, I got really curious. I started asking myself all the big questions: why we're here, where we're going, what's the purpose of life, which led me down a journey, which actually led me to becoming a professional counselor and all these other things, recognizing life purpose and the power of connection and the need for the human family to be there for each other and the importance of a higher power. This video, though, in the spirituality column here is to think about the importance of spirituality and the lack thereof in our contemporary society. Yes, there's an uptick in some circles of just general spirituality. People feel close to something bigger than themselves when they go for a hike or do some yoga or get in a drumming circle, which all those things are great. That's awesome. I have friends that are involved in various forms. Friends that do Reiki and some of these kind of like energy healing things. And I'm a pretty open-minded chap and learn about all kinds of stuff. But I think what I felt to share with you tonight is the importance of the exercise of pure religion. We know right now that there is a war going on and it has religious undertones out in the Middle East. I will say very unequivocally that the exercise of pure religion, which in my mind is the same as spirituality, does not include violence and does not include using our religion as a justification to abuse, marginalize, mistreat, or treat others as though they are lesser in any way. I think it's like the opposite, to be honest. I've read a lot from the Tao Te Ching and studied Buddhism and even Hinduism a bit, not tons, but a little bit. Studied Judaism quite a bit. It's a fantastic belief system. Need to understand more about Islam. Studied a little bit of Shinto. Anyway, being in the martial arts, you've got my martial arts hoodie on here. Just about to head to class and teach some awesome students how to defend themselves and keep themselves safe. But all these different religions, they all have some common threads to think about. A moral code, something to live by. Usually, if we're really exercising correct thinking in our exercise of spirituality, kindness, compassion should be leading all, right? And you can find threads of that in all these different holy writs, right? Some sort of, if you're reading the Tao Te Ching or reading the Bible or reading the Book of Mormon or whatever, if you look for it, kindness and compassion, really the greatest minds and the greatest teachers of this planet have always taught that way. Think about the people that stand out to us, people like Nelson Mandela and people like, Martin Luther King Jr. and some of these great people that have left a massive thumbprint on this planet. The way they did it was through compassion and through teaching and through teaching good principles and morals to live by. So the thought for you today is to think about your own intersection. When we do the 7 areas of well-being for people, that we find commonly that the spirituality category, for a lot of people, there's a big question mark there. There isn't a lot there. They haven't thought about it or they've been burned by it. I totally understand that a lot of people have been injured by some of the mistakes that people have made in organized religion. The problem is that it seems to me that sometimes we throw out the good with the bad and turn our backs on things that can make our lives more enriched. For me, the process and the journey of exploring truth, exploring facts, exploring spirituality at a deeper level, reading various texts and trying out different principles that make sense has led me to a life that is so much more fulfilling. Clearly, I can see that my own spiritual journey, which is still continuing, and in many ways, I still feel like a child when it comes to understanding things that are bigger than myself. But this journey so far has taught me that really kindness and love, compassion, understanding, tolerance. I would love, so I was saying this event that we're all kind of talking about here, of the building of this temple here, I would love to see a mosque right by it. I would love to see a Buddhist temple right by it. I would love to see a synagogue right by it. I'd love to see people having more access to various belief systems, and that they could dive in and pull the good out and be the good and have it galvanize communities rather than divide communities. So the takeaway today would be consider where you are in your own journey of spirituality. I would suggest that taking a curious approach rather than a judgmental approach when reading and studying all of the various belief systems, philosophies, traditions, world religions, and so forth, will help you follow kind of threads of truth through them all. You'll find that compassion is there. You'll find that tolerance is actually quite a bit in these. People that are chucking bombs at each other for the sake of whatever God that they're professing to believe in, they've got it wrong, people. Thou shalt not kill kind of rings in our ears, right? In the world of Christendom. But it's something like that is being said in all of them, right? Buddhist folks are all about loving protection of all life, right? One of my great martial arts instructors that was, he believed very much in Buddhism and lived the tenets of it. His whole drive was the loving protection of life. And he taught his particular branch of martial arts as a means to teach people how to actually get along, not to use, force to abuse people. So those are my personal opinions on this. And I know these are just opinions, but I think it's a journey that's worth it. My challenge to you is to consider your own journey and to think about your 7 areas of wellness and think about that one too. Don't ignore that one and replace it by just going to the gym, right? Going to the gym is great, but there's something more that you can find if you dig into your own spiritual nature and find your own kind of quest there. And the beautiful thing in it is the diversity of belief systems and ideas out there that can be studied. Whether you're reading a great book of philosophy or an old holy writ, if you can glean the good out of it and then make yourself a better version of yourself and then use it to help others and heal communities, then I think we're onto something that we can work together for. So clearly it's a very personal journey. If you have questions, I'd love to know actually from you guys what your journey is like. What have you learned? What things have you found as you've gone on your own spiritual journeys? I've got friends that have done some really intense spiritual journey type of stuff that have led them to, all kinds of things, sweat lodges and everything else, like that you'll find Native American beliefs. And it's been a powerful journey for them, and it's changed their lives and improved their well-being. And that's what we're interested in. So there you go. That's our little thought there for the day. Hope that you're doing well, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good evening.